Well, Sharon, we're expecting more than a scorcher. It could potentially be hotter as we head into tomorrow, believe it or not, if that even feels like it could possibly be possible as we get a look outside right now. It does look like we're seeing some haze off there in the distance over the water. We're getting a look at the Santa Monica Bay, a look from your Saddle Peak camera this evening. So you're going to see an excessive heat warning out there. We're looking at very hot conditions between 100 and 110 degrees, even above that in some spots. So that's going to continue to be the case through tomorrow. That excessive heat warning will stay in effect through tomorrow night at 8. We did see some thunderstorms in the area earlier. Do want to show you radar right now, and it is looking pretty clear, but we are expecting potentially a few more pop-up thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow afternoon, and that chance does continue until Saturday evening. So we're going to have more on that. The rest of your forecast for the weekend, we'll let you know when exactly it's going to cool. That's all coming up in just a little bit. Back to you.
I've been in LA for 18 months. This is the hottest I've been so far.
Yeah.
I think this is as hot as it's been since I've been here.
Well, you know what? Record-breaking heat. Our producer says it could be even hotter.
It could
you know
be.
what? He's right, because it's going to be hotter tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So yes, we are expecting to get a little hotter as we head into tomorrow. It's pretty amazing. You think it can't get any hotter, but it can. All right. We're going to show you exactly how much hotter it'll get. I wish I could turn it up. I've gotten so many requests to just turn down the heat. I can't even tell you. I'm fielding so many, but I'm hoping that I could help you guys out pretty soon here, because I think we're all at the point where we've had enough. We like the warm weather, but there's a point where you say, not so much. All right. In fact, right here at the Broadcast Center in Studio City, we are currently at 80 degrees. You'll see that right there. So again, we are expecting very warm temperatures to last. In fact, downright hot. Getting hotter tomorrow, and these are your temperatures today. Take a look at the first three. These were your record breakers. Woodland Hills, you made it to 109. You broke a record. Lancaster broke a record at 109. Sandburg, you broke a record at 98. A few of you were asking where Sandburg is. In the high desert, pretty close to Lancaster, actually. Downtown, you made it to 90. In Santa Monica, you made it to about 79 degrees. So there is an excessive heat warning in effect. It's staying in effect through tomorrow, and that's tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So we're expecting to stay very hot. In fact, maybe even a little hotter as we head to tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures right now, very mild, warm, even hot. 93 in Palmdale, 81 Rosemead, Malibu, you're a little cooler at 68, 76 in Laguna Beach, in Riverside at 89 degrees. Do want to get a quick look at one of your 5-day forecasts here, and we're going to start off with the Basin in Orange County, where we are expecting to warm up. A couple of degrees warmer tomorrow, but then we will see a bit of cooling on Saturday, more cooling by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So much more tolerable as we head into the first part of next week, even to the second part of your weekend. And that's for the Basin in Orange County. We're going to show you what it looks like in your inland spots right now, and we'll show you what it looks like at the coast coming up in just a little bit. Just want to draw your attention to the triple digits across the board through your Monday, and then finally getting out of the triple digit heat by your Tuesday. Rob and Sharon, back to you. Well, Rob and Sharon, we got some great shots from you today, so thank you again for those street team pictures, and let's go ahead and get started. So as we do, our first shot today is going to be from Christy Vincent. She sent this to us from Wildemar. There was a wildfire there earlier today, got contained, which is the good news. But earlier today, you'll see we had some fire crews on the ground right there. A little bit of smoke coming in as well. So again, Wildemar had a wildfire earlier today, and this was a shot that Christy Vincent sent in to us earlier. So thank you for that. Our next one is from Wendelin, and she was in Lake Balboa today. And take a look. Looks like this is her front yard, and it was just over 110 degrees. It did indeed get that hot out there. So of course we'll have those numbers coming up for you in just a little bit. Our next picture tonight is going to be from Jamie Pintor in Palmdale. She actually got these clouds developing. You're going to see this base right here, this cloud base. And at some point it did produce lightning. We did hear thunder earlier today. So we saw quite a few thunderstorms in the area over the high desert. Looks like we can do it again. So thank you, Jamie, for that. And one more picture for you this evening as we go ahead right here. You'll see Terry Jacobs in Anza. Out in the desert, she actually sent a picture. She caught a lightning fire earlier today. There is the smoke right there. You're going to see that cloud top building upwards. So that actually produced thunderstorms earlier today over the desert. So there we go, a little bit of smoke right there. And the lightning actually did catch a little bit of brush on fire there, but nothing spread, thankfully. Again, we did see that fire in Wildemar, so that also was contained. Thank you again for sending in those pictures. We appreciate it. Keep them coming. And of course, we're going to have that forecast coming up for you in just a little bit. Back to you.
All right, Evelyn.
You know what? It's amazing. It doesn't feel like it could get hotter out there. but at this point looks like it will. So we're going to tell you exactly how hot it's going to get coming up in just a minute. First, we're taking you outside right now from our Saddle Peak camera. We're overlooking the Santa Monica Bay right there in the distance and the pier. You're going to see that Ferris wheel right there. And off in the distance, you're going to see the city lights as well. So just a gorgeous shot for us and very nice at the coast right now. At least I would say it's certainly a lot cooler than our inland spots. An excessive heat warning in effect still pretty much for the majority of the Southland. We're talking everybody in the mountains and the valleys as well. No warnings at the coast, but it's still going to be quite hot at the coast as we head to the next few days. Earlier today, Woodland Hills, you broke a record, 109 degrees. Lancaster broke a record as well, 109 degrees. Sandburg broke a record, 98. Downtown, you got up to 90. Santa Monica, upper 70s and a few low 80s at the coast earlier today as well. Currently, Laguna Beach, you're at 76, 72 San Pedro, 79 in Rosemead, and 93 in Palmdale. That's right now. Earlier today, made it to 90 in downtown. Average is 84, so we were 6 degrees above average to be exact, and we're actually going to be maybe about 8 degrees above average as we head into the next 24 hours. We're actually warming it up. We're expecting plenty of sunshine by the afternoon. We're in the low 90s. That's going to be for the basin. Inland spots into the triple digits. And just a reminder, we do have that excessive heat warning in store. What does that mean? Well, temperatures are topping out between 100 and 110, and it feels even hotter because it's humid out there. That monsoonal moisture is coming in, and as a result, temperatures feel even hotter than they actually are. It's the actual temperature and the feel-like temperature, and that's where we're seeing that difference. We also have a few isolated thunderstorms in store for tomorrow, and that chance could potentially continue for the first part of your weekend. Speaking of the weekend, let's get a look at that extended forecast. 90s eventually turning to 80, so it will be a little cooler this weekend, but it's still above average. It's still hot out there. As we get a look at your next 5-day forecast for the valleys in the Inland Empire, triple-digit heat, 108, 105, 103. We're still hitting the century mark by Monday, and then it's a little cooler as we head into your Tuesday. And finally this evening, we do want to check in with the coast. A little cooler than everybody else, but still very warm for the coast. 80 degrees, hot and sunny tomorrow. Saturday, upper 70s, calling it a beach day. Great place to go this weekend if you want to cool down a bit, but even then, still warm. A little more pleasant. Few clouds out there on Sunday, a little cooler by Monday, and still looking at, well, warm, but cooler temperatures overall, even at the coast, as we head into your Tuesday. Robin, Sharon, back to you. Well, Sylvia, believe it or not, it's getting even hotter as we head into tomorrow. For now, we're getting a look at LAX, a little bit of a haze, but other than that, mostly clear and very mild, even at the coast. 77 degrees, that's right here at the broadcast center in Studio City. Malibu, a little cooler at 68, over to Rosemead, 79, Palmdale, 92, still very toasty for you. Riverside, 88, and over to the Lucerne Valley right there, 83 degrees. Several thunderstorms in the Apple and Lucerne Valleys earlier today, and we could do it again as we head into tomorrow. We do have an excessive heat warning. It's in effect through 8 o'clock, and that's 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So we do have another very hot and humid day to get through, and still looking at more heat even as we head toward the weekend. If you want to know how hot it got today, well, Woodland Hills, you actually broke a record again. 109. I know, it's really hard to remember that feeling because we're on day 4 and we are continuing to warm it up. We're getting a look right now overlooking the Santa Monica Bay, the pier. It's actually quite nice at the coast, pretty mild and getting a little cooler. Inland spots still quite warm, but overall we were very hot into our inland spots. We actually broke a few records earlier today. Spots like Woodland Hills topping a record, Sandburg topping a record today, and we do have an excessive heat warning staying in effect through 8 o'clock tomorrow. We have more warming ahead, monsoonal moisture making its way into the forecast, and with that, a few isolated thunderstorms in the forecast. Downtown tomorrow, well, getting up to 92. Anaheim 93, Palmdale 110, Riverside 104, and Woodland Hills, you're getting up to 108. For the valleys in the Inland Empire, triple-digit heat through at least your Monday. Then by your Tuesday, a little cooler. Believe it or not, tomorrow could potentially be a little hotter than today, and if not hotter, well, very close to where we were today. It's still hot on Saturday, and we are shedding a couple degrees by Sunday, but we're still at 103, and by Monday, we're still hot at 100 degrees. Only by Tuesday are we getting out of the triple digits inland. For the basin in Orange County, 90s, turning to 80s, turning to mid-80s, and then by Monday, a few clouds, more cooling by your Tuesday, and finally getting a look at the coast right here. You're going to see temperatures in the 80s, eventually turning to the 70s with a few clouds in the forecast, but for tomorrow, nice and sunny. Sylvia and Lena, back to you.
you'd think that people are using lots of sunscreen, but I think everyone's pretty much staying out of the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just stay inside, avoid it altogether if you can.
Exactly,
right?
if you have an AC.
And for tomorrow too, same thing.
Even more so. Tomorrow it's a little warmer than today, if that's even possible. It doesn't feel like it could get much hotter out there, but it might. So I know it's tough. So we just got to tough it out one more day, and then we're eventually going to start to cool down. It won't be cool once we cool down. It'll just be cooler. Eventually we will get there, but it is summertime after all. So let's get to your forecast. We'll show you exactly. Riverside, we're still very warm at 87 degrees, Valencia 81, and Palmdale, you're currently at 90 degrees. An excessive heat warning in effect through, well, tomorrow, 8 o'clock. So we still have one more day of very hot temperatures to go. Today was very hot. In fact, we broke a few records. Woodland Hills 109, Lancaster 109, Sandburg 98, Yerba Linda 96, and Elsinore. You got up to 112 degrees, and we're still expected to get just as hot, if not maybe a little hotter, as we head into tomorrow. Earlier today we made it to 90, average is 84, record numbers 100. Didn't get close to the record numbers for the basin, but yes, we did break a few records as we mentioned. Over the next 24 hours you'll see 70s, upper 70s, and by the afternoon we are up in the 90s, 92 degrees, and that's going to be for downtown. So just want to reiterate, we do have that excessive heat warning in effect through 8 o'clock tomorrow. We've got more warming on the way as we head into tomorrow as well. Monsoonal moisture still in the forecast. So with that, we could potentially still see a few isolated thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. That chance does continue till Sunday, and then it should be a little drier after that. Santa Monica tomorrow, 80 degrees. Palmdale 110, Riverside 104, Woodland Hills, you're getting up to about 108 as we head into tomorrow afternoon. For the valleys in the Inland Empire, 108 tomorrow, 105 by Saturday, 103 by Sunday. Still hot, still hitting the century mark by your Monday, by your Tuesday. We're a little cooler. So again, that's for the valleys in the Inland Empire. For the basin in Orange County, 90s turning to 80s and mid 80s. And finally, a few clouds in the forecast by your Monday and your Tuesday. So we'll be back to normal for this time of year. And getting a look at one more 5-day forecast for the coast. 80s eventually turning to upper 70s, eventually turning to mid 70s. But remember, still hot and still humid tomorrow with that heat warning in effect for the majority of the Southland through 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Lena and Sylvia, back to you. It's amazing that it can only get hotter, and we've been doing this for days now, and we still have a few more days left. As we get a look at LAX tonight, that's one spot where we're feeling cooler temperatures. Did get up to 80 at the airport today. Of course, a little cooler right now. Right here at the Broadcast Center in Studio City, we're at 76, Rosemead 78, Malibu 67, Valencia 81, and Palmdale, you are currently at 90. And again, these are your current conditions. These are not your forecast highs for the day. We got much warmer than that. You'll see an excessive heat warning as a result, very hot and humid. The combination making for the warming, that's in effect through 8 o'clock tomorrow. So we're going to have more on tomorrow's heat. We'll let you know when exactly it's finally going to get a little cooler. Might be a little while, but we'll have those details. Back to you. And expecting to heat up even more so. We'll have that very hot forecast for you coming right up.
But first, here's...
Well, unfortunately, it's going to be a few more days, Rob and Sharon. We are expecting the heat to last at least through the weekend at this point. As we get a look outside from our Mount Wilson camera, you're going to see a bit of haze and, well, a little bit of night sky out there in the background as well. Pretty warm right here at the Broadcast Center in Studio City. We're currently at 75 degrees. We do have an excessive heat warning. It's currently in effect and staying in effect for the majority of the Southland, for the mountains and the valleys through 8 o'clock, and that's 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Earlier today, we broke 3 records: Woodland Hills 109, Lancaster 109, Sandburg 98, Long 93, and Elsinore 112 degrees. We made it to 90 downtown, so we were above average, didn't break any records there. And over the next 24 hours, we are expecting to get a little warmer. You're going to see 70s, upper 70s, and by the afternoon, we're getting into the low 90s. So just to reiterate, that excessive heat warning in effect through 8 o'clock. That's 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. More warming ahead in the forecast. Then as we carry on through the next couple of days, monsoonal moisture still a factor, so it's going to be humid out there, and it's going to be hot as well with some isolated thunderstorms in the forecast. As we get a look at your 5-day forecast for the basin in Orange County, 90s turning to 80s. So again, by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, you're going to start to feel the relief. As we take you to the coast, we're going from the 80s to the 70s. Still very hot tomorrow. In fact, could be a little hotter tomorrow compared to where we were today in some spots. And finally, getting a look at the valleys in the Inland Empire. Triple-digit temperatures eventually turning to the 90s by Tuesday of next week. Back to you. Bye.